Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Ian is a Weirdo. Um, I know my voice doesn't sound great, but it sounds a lot better than it has for the past 2 weeks. So we're getting better. Yesterday felt really bad, so I just canceled my live. Oh, did you hear? Did you hear Scotty? That was really cute. Hey, Scotty. Hey, little angel boy. He's been keeping me company most days. So, uh, so yeah, I have not been feeling great. If you have not seen any of my lives for the past 2 weeks, I went to North Carolina for my sister's wedding. I came back and almost immediately got sick um, with with something. I don't know what it was, but I'm currently on antibiotic, and I am. Um, uh, and I am also on an inhaler, which is like honestly the best invention of all time as far as I'm concerned right now. So yesterday I felt really bad. I like, and um, I just felt really rough. But today I'm feeling a lot better. So I'm gonna try to work on the blanket for the Alzheimer's Association fundraiser that I'm doing on the 21st. I'm hoping that, there was not a doubt in my mind that um, that there was no doubt in my mind, right? Yeah, there was no doubt in my mind that I was going to make it to the 21st and be fine by then. But now that this sickness has gone on so long, I'm like, am I going to even be, well enough to do this fundraiser? Which really sucks to even have that thought. But just trying to stay positive, and I'm going to try to work on the blanket as much as possible. And some days are better than others, and so I'm gonna drink a little coffee, and then I'm going to start working on the blanket again. It's going well so far. I'm really happy with how it's turning out. um, if I don't know if I would do a project like this again, but I am really happy with how it looks thus far. If you have not seen it, this is what it looks like, kind of at the point that I'm at. So it's kind of squared off at this point, and I think we're gonna start making it like a little rounder. But it's just really beautiful, I think, personally. I'm really liking it. The color choices are not colors that I normally would choose, as someone who kind of works normally in like a darker palette, and then like neons. So to work in this like lighter color palette, it's really fun. But I really wanted something that focused and highlighted the royal purple, which is the color of the Alzheimer's awareness ribbon. So, and then we'll drink a little more coffee. Welcome in, everyone. Sorry I canceled my live really last minute yesterday. Actually, I don't even know if I canceled it. I did cancel it, but I didn't say anything. I just kind of just unscheduled it like 2 minutes before. But I felt so bad, and it kind of hit me like a wave where it was just like I was like feeling not great, and then all of a sudden I was feeling really bad, and I was just like I can't do it. I can't. I'm feeling so bad. So we're still kind of in this like oscillating place with my health, unfortunately, and it's not to the point where it's like I could go to the doctor and have them do anything. So sucks. Also, my insurance is changing. My insurance situation is changing at the end of the month. So, hey, Carrie, come in. Um, but so like, if I don't want to have to. It'd be nice to figure out what's going on with my health and have that settled before the end of the month. But you know, I can only have so much control over the situation. Try to. Oh, I didn't even see Rudy. But yeah, so my cup says paranormal captivity, and it's a little ghost cat. very cute, if you ask me. Which, you know, I bought it, so that would make sense. So yeah, so this is the progress I've made. And I'm very happy with it. And you know, this definitely, although like blankets and throws are not something that I normally would ever do, I feel like this is good for, like, I just like to crochet. It's nice to have a project that's kind of ongoing and not be like in a new project. And this is one way to not have like a ton of whips. So I'm not sure. You know, I might do something like this again. A little cough drop. And then we'll get started. How are you doing today, Carrie? My wonderful girlfriend. My wonderful girlfriend. I don't know why. Let's play with cough drop. Okay. So I'm at this point right here. Hey Rudy, welcome in. And I am on row around 37 of this pattern. Doing great. Sorry, I'm so sick. It's okay. I mean, today I'm feeling better than I was yesterday. Yesterday was a pretty bad day. It's kind of steadily gotten better, and then it just kind of took like a nosedive right before I was going to go live. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to not do it. But yeah, I have no idea what I've got. It's, it's super annoying. Yeah, so some of those things are like, you know, I don't get sick often at all. So this one really took me down hard. But you know, it's humbling, and you know, well, you're a little sad at some points, because you're like, okay, well, if I just stop functioning, like, no one will know. I live by myself, so but luckily I have so many great friends that I know online, and then I have a couple people here that, like, if I was really getting bad, like, I feel like I could reach out and we could figure something out. Okay, so this is a particularly challenging row because it's just like all of these stitches just kind of like thrown out, and it's like do 4 half double crochets and do 7 single crochets and do 2 half double crochets and do 1 double crochet. It's just like all over the place, so it's really easy to get lost and mess up something. Six, 7. This is, I said, I think when I, like last time, this is like maybe like some of these stitches will make more sense in the next round, but right now it just feels like it's just being complicated for the sake of being complicated, which I don't see most designers doing, so I'm sure that's not the case, but right now it just doesn't really make any sense. But yeah, I did take a, actually I have like an extra one because I got 2 just in case. But I did take like COVID and flu tests. This actually has the flu A and B in it, like the 2025 A and B. influenza, and I was negative on everything. So it's possible that I could have initially had it, and then these are just after effects, or I just have like a really bad cold or something else. Like you never know with stuff like this, I guess. But there's not really anything they can do for viruses. It's really just kind of treating the symptoms. So, and then if it turns into an infection, that's when they can do a little bit more, which is why I'm on an antibiotic, because if it, so they're, making sure it doesn't turn into an infection in my lungs and, put me in a much worse space. So at least I got that, and we're working on that. Also, I'm like almost able to sleep through the night the past couple nights, which is good. Like before that, I was waking up several times in the middle of the night because I'm like coughing fits. So it's nice to almost sleep through the night. But sleeping like vertically, I keep saying vertically. Sleeping horizontally has been challenging. It's getting better. Um, but sleeping sitting up, especially how I was doing it, was really hurting my back. So I'm happy to be able to kind of sleep normally again, and not wake up a lot throughout the night. It's not my favorite thing. Okay. I totally lost my place. Okay. Half double crochet in 3, and then we're gonna single crochet in 21. Nice. It's 3 single crochets, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. So I'm going to double count to make sure that I have the correct count on that, because it's just easier to do that than to have to do a bunch and then to have to frog. Yeah. But I'm really hoping that I can, like, I know I've mentioned it like several times. I'm really, really hoping that I can get as much of this done for the 21st as possible. And even if my marathon of like for my Alzheimer's charity fundraiser isn't as long as I wanted, to be able to do the fundraiser, to be able to donate this. Obviously, I'm gonna watch this like to hell and back, because like I do not obviously, we're gonna watch it, but I it'd be great to feel well for the marathon, and to be able to have a long marathon and raise money during that stream, but also just to be able to work on this and just get as much done as possible would be really nice. So let's go ahead and count this, because it's about 3 feet right now, from side to side, not from corner to corner. So it would be nice to have it be like through blanket size, like it's supposed to be at the end of the cow. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okie dokie. Half double crochet. 3. Kitty cat. Okie dokie. I think I'm gonna. Okay. crochet in. And how big like ads can be on like blogs sometimes. I don't know any crocheters who have blogs, like crochet blogs. I wonder like what the like, because I know a lot of people who like get their money from like YouTube and stuff like that, pattern writing, selling finished objects, but I don't know anyone who does blogs, and I'm interested in like, I mean that's kind of like a personal question, like how much money do you make? But I wonder like where it ranks because people can use it, it's free, and then people are on that for a long time, so you get like ad revenue. But how do you get ads on your blog, and how do you start that? I don't know. I don't know anything about blogs other than I find it really annoying to have all those ads when I'm trying to read someone else's blog. But that's how they get money. I think. I think. Okay, half double crochet into. We're gonna single crochet in 7. And we're gonna have double crochet in 4. So this will really tell us how we are messed up, because we're going to start doing our V stitches up to the corner, and if that count is wrong, then we're going to really notice it. So there's not much wiggle there, but it's okay because it's pretty identifiable, so we don't go all the way around and have to frog like a whole round. Okay, so let's see. After we have double crochet in the 4, we're going to skip 2 stitches, and we're going to do the V stitch. We're going to try it. Now, on a project like this, I really feel like my furls was like perfect because um, I I don't know, like they just I felt like I actually moved faster with this than I would have with my clovers, which I don't normally feel. But if I'm making something like a more solid piece of fabric, then I feel like my clovers those are the ones that I can tend to go to. I'm just saying this because I've been thinking about selling some of my furls, as like a financial move because I'm not sure if it's what I want to keep holding on to. Okay, so there's 5 right there, and then if I skip 2, I am in the corner, which is exactly where I want to be. Okay, and so I'm on the last of the 4 spots of this. Gosh, I'm a sweaty person. It's just impossible not to sweat. I think that is one of the things that is hard about these types of projects too, is that like well, it's not that bad because it's not that big. Like a throw, like that is much more more weight, and if you're using acrylic yarn and stuff like that, or really any yarn, it's gonna add weight regardless of whether it's acrylic or not. But acrylic just happens to be less breathable, and which not. Drinky drinky. I need to make myself some tea today. I think that's my goal, because I got all that stuff to have tea, and then I just haven't had like energy to like cut like a lemon in half or something. Like I don't have that. So yeah, or to like, cut off a little hunk of ginger. I talked about it before, but like the way the setup is for me right now is like we have a shared refrigerator because I share the space for the kitchen, and I have the cabinet over the refrigerator, so it's kind of like recessed as well. So it's like I have to like get a ladder, a step ladder, and I have to like go over the refrigerator to get that. So I have that cabinet. I have the cabinet next to it, which is also tall, and then I have a cabinet under, like directly underneath it, which is in between there. There's the like microwave and like a little space. So like I don't have like a lot of like super easily accessible space for someone who's short. But I'm not even the shortest person in the apartment, so so I figured I could suck it up and deal with it. Because if maybe I would say like, hey, can we change if someone was shorter than if I wasn't the shortest person, or if I was the shortest person, but I am not the shortest person by like a pretty wide margin. So I'm just gonna shut my mouth so that someone who's shorter than me doesn't have to get the tall cabinets, even if that was possible. But I was just thinking about that classic question of like what you would do if you, like what you would want as a superpower if you could have a superpower. And like right now it's like the ability to like have like fan like air like any spot of my body anytime I want. Because like it'd be like, I need a fan behind my knees, and then just like fan air. Like it is stupid, but would it be nice? Okay, so I'm on my 5th V-stitch. Okay, and then I'm going to skip 2 spaces, I believe. Mm-hmm. And then half double crochet in 4. And single crochet in 7. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. I was moving my desk and I found that that piece of boning that I couldn't find when I was working on the top. So just so you know, I found that. So it's just like staring at me like. thought I heard a cat meow, and I was like, I don't think that was Scotty. But let me just check that he's like not like caught in something. So, but yeah, it was not him. I also have like a lot of strays around here, so could have been a stray. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have double crochet 2, double crochet. I hate how like I'm trying to talk and like my voice goes like This was like my first year or so on testosterone. It got a lot. It was pretty bad like the first like month or so, 2 months, and it like kind of settled out, but I still was having like a little bit like that like oscillation, or just like would like go into like weird places and like settle. Just like not a lot of like vocal control. Also, I know I look like shit. Like you don't want to tell me. Like if anyone wants to walk in here and tell me that I look like absolute garbage, I understand and I agree with you. I'm just trying to survive. So it's well established. This is not my best. I think crochet in 1, double crochet 3, and 21. So 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, so let's count. My nose is running. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okie dokie. And now we are going to have to crochet in 3. So I guess I made some I've made some mentions of like my mental health during this time, and so because I talk about my mental health pretty frequently, I'll kind of like fill in some gaps. Maybe I don't know. Like nobody asked for this, and nobody probably cares, but that's okay. So I have a really I think a lot of people get kind of depressed if they're kind of like depression prone, like when they get sick. Like I think it's pretty common. So I don't think that that's like outrageous to be like, oh, I get sick and then I have like kind of like a little mini or major depression depending on the day, right? And I also I also kind of made some connections this time. It's been so long since I've been sick like this. Well, I was sick, but I was like surrounded by people and in treatment centers and all that stuff, so it was kind of different. But like sick and like on my own, like that's like a different situation entirely. So it like really has put me back on my heels because it puts me in like a place of kind of remembering like how like it just like all I can hear is like how alone I am, and it's like puts me in a pretty like dangerous place if I'm being honest, because that mentality can only lead me to bad things if I fall into it, right? And so I have to be really careful and really mindful and really connected to my support group when I get into um, these places. But the last thing I want to do is connect to people and talk to people and connect with people. So that's why, like, when I go live, when I feel really sick, people are telling me like just to not be on live, like to to go sleep. Like it's actually pretty healthy for me to come on here and like and be with people, because if I'm not with people, I'm just in my bed alone spiraling, and that's something that I know is not going to help me. It's never helped me. It's not going to start helping me. And so I, you know, now, but I also know that like I can tend to like be a huge dick like when I'm sick. Like, just to be totally honest, like sometimes I can be such a dick, and I have to be really cognizant about like, and I'm not like praising like my skills because I still have to work on it, because like if like if I go online and like someone just like does something that's like totally harmless but for whatever reason gets under my skin, I will be like such a dick. And like they weren't being mean, they were being like, fine. I just wasn't having that. And so I have to really be careful about, you know, um, you know, being um I don't know myself really well. And I guess that's the thing, is like I have to um I be really self-aware and in tune with my feelings and how I'm feeling that day, because some days I need connection, and some days while I need connection, I also need to make sure that I am not just gonna go be an asshole to people who don't deserve it, because that's not fair to them. I I lose connections with people who like I honestly want connections with, you know, and they didn't do anything bad, and I'm just being mean and cruel. I just don't. I shouldn't do that. But me being sick, I get into this place sometimes where I'm just that person. So knowing when to like take a step back, um, and you know take some space is something that I have to really try and focus on if that's what I need, as well. And like I hope that I've managed to do like a pretty decent job at keeping that part of like my head space like relatively private. We all have bad days, and you all are exceptionally kind to me when I have bad days and need some time. But I don't ever want to be, um, I don't want to be that person. And just because my mind goes there really easily sometimes doesn't mean that it is warranted or excusable or anything like that. You know what I mean? And I used to think like, oh, I'm just this way, like that people just have to deal with it. No, people don't deal with shit. You know, when if I act a fool, people don't have to deal with that. Um, and I don't want people to deal with that. Like if they're gonna, you know, there shouldn't be a caveat in any type of friendship or anything like that. So, okay, so I just finished that row and then joined first cluster. Okay. So now we're going to change to color C, which is the because the variegated yarn. There's some ends which I just want to kind of sew in already. I know it wouldn't take long, but there's gonna be more ends. Like so, I do like sewing in ends. Maybe when if I have like a counting problem or something, then I'll switch over or something. Let's see. Okay, so slip stitch to the corner cluster, which I've done. We're gonna chain 2. Okay, so this is what, just before I start, round 38, this is what round 37 looks like. I feel like it always curls a little bit up at the top, so I wanted to show off that side. But yeah, I feel like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I don't think I would have ever thought that I could have made something like this, if I'm being honest. So this is what it looks like. I'm super happy with it. Now I do have like a little bit of like some yarn, like it's not really super uh, twisted. It's just like a little bit tangled. It'd be nice. It does not really bother me, so if it's not bothering me, then I'm just not gonna worry about that. Okay, I'm just talking to myself this way. Okay, so in the corner, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5. Okay, so BPDC. I assume that means back post double crochet, but let's double check. Back post double crochet. Okay, so both. This is gonna use hey baby. Oh, he's like no love for you. I'll also do a little Gatorade. Okay. So back post in cluster. Are they? I might need to watch this video because, like, which cluster do you want me to backpost? Okay, so this is 38. I had this video up. Oh my goodness. Come here, my baby. He just runs away. So I think I have everything I need to start dyeing some yarn. However, I still feel really sick, and obviously I want to work on sugar bean. Don't act like you don't want this because you do. You just keep talking about it. But yeah, once I have some time to start dyeing yarn, I'm gonna be doing that, and I'm super excited. See, you love that. You love it. I know you. Wish you could just turn it off without having to go through all the things. What do you think, Scotty? What do you think, Scotty? Okay, so this is on part 5, which is that the part that we're on? I don't really remember, being honest. Okay, we are on part 5. And we're on round 38. Okay, so put that there. Now, this one is the color where we switch colors. Okay, so why does it just automatically go back to not using closed captions? Okay, so might as well try to go along with the video for a little bit. Okay, so back post into this little baby. My gosh, it's been 45 minutes already. I'm gonna chain 1 and do a long double crochet 2 together. These. Oh god. This is where I'm just like, ugh. Like, what the fuck? Sorry. Well, am I sorry? I don't know. Like, it's just, I just don't feel like that. It's a great explanation of what the hell just happened. Like I'm trying to watch so deliberately and make it as big as my screen. That's I did that stitch wrong, but it's okay. Okay, so well, I'm glad I decided to watch the video with this because I would have been utterly and hopelessly lost. Still pretty lost, relying on this video quite a bit. So. Okay, I think I kind of I won't say that I understand what's going on now, but I at least can can follow along a little bit. Okay, so let's see what the literature says. Okay. Okay. Single crocheting. Okay, so I have not actually been okay. So I have to make some changes, but it's not that bad. Um, it's going okay. I am on round 38, and it's a little wild we're doing. So I'm relying a little heavily on, or I was relying heavily on the video, but we're coming along. This is where we're at. So I think it's pretty and coming along. You know, just pretty. I may or may not have used some colorful language along with this because there's I feel like some strange things are happening. So I was like using some colorful language. I think is the most accurate way to describe what I was doing. So how are you, Crystal? I had to frog some because I wasn't doing. You're supposed to chain one in between doing these drop down double crochet, uh, or not. So they're like uh, they're double crochet two together, but they're like long, like they go into the round before, but there's nothing in the written pattern part about what you go into. So luckily the video exists, but it's pretty confusing. Oh, Sinners is on Prime. Oh, I gotta watch that. I heard it's so good. Has anyone seen Sinners? I haven't seen it. Okay, just frogging something. Your whatchamacallit? Your your rubies, uh, uh, one. I can't think of the rest of the name of it. Ruby's Dream app. Is that that's what it's called? Or are you frogging something different? Mm-hmm. So I feel like it's been so long since I knit. I don't even remember like what that process is like of like taking Oscar Grouch. I feel like I don't even remember what taking something apart like that is like, and how you even go about that. But how do you frog with Tunisian crochet? Is it easy or is it difficult? Oscar Grouch. You're frogging the Oscar. I don't even know what Oscar you're talking about. Did you tell me about an Oscar the Grouch that I just forgot about? I think once this Cygnus is officially done, same as with crochet. Okay, cool. That's nice that you can just like easily frog it. I feel like knitting is harder to frog, so that's why I asked. Are you written at my? Are you trying to journal? Yeah, she's so cute. He's a real cute cat. You might have mentioned about it. If you have, I have forgotten. But I mean, my memory is like a sieve. Like it's just like no, nothing's, not a lot sticks. And I've been sick for 2 weeks. So, and before that, I was just like kind of eye on the prize, trying to get stuff done um, for my sister's wedding. So I really just haven't been cognitively here for a while. Let's be honest. Okay, so so I'm going to try to count. Okay, so I'm supposed to have done to do one of the double crochets together, blah, 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 and then do 5 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm supposed to do one more. Okay. I end on a double crochet 2 together, half double crochet in 2 stitches. It's all good. So what does your Oscar the Grouch look like? Are you freehanding it? Or actually, no, I think so I don't remember you working on it, but I remember you talking about having a little trash can that was perfect for an Oscar the Grouch. I do remember that. I just don't remember you having started it yet. Okay, single crochet 12. You okay, my guy? It looks like trash. I mean, but is it supposed to look like trash? But you're saying not like your trash. What's up? What's up? What's up? Oh, dude, you started climbing on my. Focus on your blanket. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to, but my cat's losing shit. He's having a little moment. Okay. I gotta try to get back to like the. It's such a weird. Did he fall? No, he like. I don't like. I can't. I don't know what exactly happened, but it looks like he like just kind of head butted my table, and he came around here like very like I don't know like very like okay now pick me up, and in a very like non-Scotty way. It's very because usually he's like, a little bit more timid, a little bit more shy. He just came around the side like what's up bitch, and then I tried to pick him up and he was like no don't pick me up. And he went back. Okay, you weirdo. Okay. No, definitely related to me. Just being just weird as hell. There was this yarn that I got from this place called the Scrap Exchange in North Carolina, and it was like 45 minutes away from like where I live, so I didn't get to go a lot. But they always had like really cool. Um, it was like people just like donated to it, and like they would like donate a lot of their like the money that they raised to different causes and stuff like that. But they had a yarn section, and there was this like I know that there's been multiple like Lion Brand has worked with Sesame Street a lot. There was this yarn that was like Oscar the Grouch yarn, and it was how do I even describe it? I have not been able to find it. I think I have a video of me talking about it. But like when I got it because I was gonna make like a bunch of like what I was gonna call like weirdos or queerdos. I wasn't sure, but they were gonna be like kind of like random like fun little plushies that people could get. It would be kind of like like a surprise like mystery box type thing. But I got this yarn and it was so cool. I'll have to find that video because it was like the coolest like fingery like little like yarn. Like it wasn't like it wasn't like a eyelash yarn, but it kind of was. It's like an eyelash yarn if like the eyelashes were like really thick and like distinct. I don't know. It was very weird. Could need something cool. My nose is so itchy. I apologize. Okay. Okay. So double crochet in 2 stitches. Done. single crochet in 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Half double crochet in 27. Yeah, but every time I look up the Sesame Street yarn, like I can find like a couple different kinds, but I can never find the one that I tried. But it was so cool. It might still be in my, with all my stuff in North Carolina. I don't know. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 4, 5, 6, 27. Okay. The Nightbot has entered the building. So this is not the night. This is not the link that will take you to donate. This is just the link that will take you to the live stream. Then you can click notify me so that on the 21st, no matter what time it is for your time zone, it will give you a notification 30 minutes before. Hello, Liv. Welcome in. How are you today? I am under the weather, but I am working on my blanket for my Alzheimer's charity. Oh, very cool. Well, work away. I hope that I serve as good background noise for you. And very cool. What's your grad thesis on? What are you, or just kind of in the general area of study that you are? I never went to grad school, but you know, it was a thought for a while, but I never. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thought for a while, but it was never something that I actually ended up doing. And then I became disabled, so I could not do it, even if I wanted to. So let's see. I'm gonna have to do a bunch of counting, so you're just gonna hear like me just counting over and over again. It's pretty exciting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Agricultural biology studying insects. Very, very cool. I mean, that's incredibly important. Yeah, absolutely. Have you always been interested in insects, or is it something that you kind of, I don't know, grew into? I don't know. I feel like some people are like bug insect, like people like from a very young age, and then like other people, you know, kind of develop their appreciation of, you know, anything really. And I guess that goes with anything, not just with insects, right? I bet that's like a super interesting field. I bet that, and like, I hope that doesn't sound like sarcastic because I mean it genuinely. Like that does sound very interesting. I did it when I started college. Very cool. That's super cool. Do a little count. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. What in the hell? Yeah, there's always some delay on my end or your end or somebody's end. It's just is how it is. It's fine. Yeah, yeah, I've been sick for about 2 weeks. I am in LA, but I'm from North Carolina, and so I went home to for my sister's wedding, and when I got back, I like fell quite ill, and yeah, I just it was it was a pretty big crash and burn in my health, and so I've been trying to get better in that time, but I'm feeling a lot better today. Yesterday was pretty bad, but and I have been really slowly getting better and better, but yesterday was a pretty bad day. So you know, and I've taken some uh, like at home tests, but nothing came back positive. So I'm still not super confident that I'm not contagious. But this blanket will be thoroughly washed before I send it to anyone. Um, okay, need to count this. Okay, double crochet into 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 single crochets. Okay, and then 27. Thank you. Really appreciate it. 27. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Okay, got it. Let's see what. Okay, so we got half double crochet and then this crochet into 12. just counting everything like over and over and over again to hopefully save myself grief in the future. So I'm more worried about future Ian, not, you know, having to deal with everything being a horrific mess. But sure, we'll see. Okay, and it actually looks like we are doing really. No, we're not. Oh no. Well, I guess so. If I have to crochet. Yeah, no, that's right. Okay. I so worry about future Crystal. Yeah. But sometimes I'm like, you know what? That's probably a future Ian to deal with, and I'm just not gonna worry about that. And then I'm like, damn it! I should have thought about that for future Ian's sake. Sometimes I'm like, it's future Ian's problem. That's not my problem. So I oscillate between taking any responsibility and taking all the responsibility. You know, it just is what it is. Okay. I'm just thinking about insects and how it would be really cool to like crochet one. I wonder what I would crochet if I like crocheted an insect. And I also have to be like, is that an insect? Because like I know I like want to make like a really cool spider, but I know that's not an insect. That's an arachnid, right? And insects have 6 legs. Is that the qualifier? And they're like it's totally different. But I think a spider would be cool. But I'm like a grasshopper. That would be cool. Beetles are really cool. Beetles are really cool. That would be fun. And like there's some yarn that like what was that yarn called that ice yarn has? Crystal, do you know what I'm talking about? You're not a big ice yarn person, are you? It's this like it's this metallic. It sucks to frog. I think it's called Rockstar yarn. But it would be really cool for like a for like I'm gonna share my screen. So this is a yarn from Ice Yarns, and this is Rockstar. So Picasso, I don't know if the colors Picasso because it's really similar to the structure where it's chain spun and it's got like a little bit of a halo. Rockstar is a little bit more of like metallic because of pod. I actually have some Picasso, like the rainbows, that have never been restocked or haven't been restocked in a long time. But these are actually really cool. They are a little bit difficult to frog. You can kind of see it here. There's some halo right there from some wool content. but they're 19% merino wool, 70% polyamide, 11% acrylic. It's a 4-weight, but I think that would be like really cool to make into like some kind of shiny bug, shiny insect. That one's like almost gold. I don't think I've ever seen that one before, because I probably would have picked that when I was looking for my gold, I think, because that looks pretty good for the gold. I ended up going with the Lion Brand Tea Nights, which I like may have been discontinued. This one's really cool. It's like light blue and it's gold as well. That's pretty. That would be really cool for like a little insect. So yeah, that's Rockstar Yarn. It's $14.99, and you get 8 balls in the pack. And let's see, so you get 8 balls. They're 50 grams per ball. And let's see, what are they saying? I'm trying to get like a yardage or something. It doesn't have yardage. Let me see if I can find. Looks like they were trying to put length, but or something, but they didn't put any. So yeah, they don't have. They just say 50 gram balls, and then there's 8 of them for $14.99. Bunch of different colors. I think I have 2 of them. I have like a black one or like, I have them in North Carolina. But one's black and one is like a dark green. Very pretty. Like I said, a little hard to frog, but not end of the world, because it's chain spun. It's you're not gonna go in and split it, which is nice. So. I really miss having my shadow box critters. Those were really cool, but that was one of the things where we're like, we'll figure out how to separate this, and then like, oh, I'm on the other side of the country. Motherfucker. So nobody gets it. Great. Life is weird. Yeah. I straight up almost said, life is weird, yo. And I was like, why would I do that? Like, I've never really been like, yo. It's never really been my exclamation, but okay. You okay. It's my fault. Yo, it's my fault. Crystal's always trying to take credit for my weirdness. uh, Someone's itching my nose. Also, like when you have your my Chicago is rubbing off on you. Is that a Chicago thing? Are you all still saying yo? I've been thinking about Chicago a lot lately. I'm like, should I move to Chicago? I don't know if I can afford it. I mean, granted, you know, like Los Angeles, like is like the most expensive place to live, or is like top two in in uh, the U.S. But with the cost of living adjustment that I get on my Social Security, like I'm able to live, but but Chicago could be nice. I don't know. And then I would know Crystal. I'd be able to hang out with Crystal. I'd be like, Crystal, I'd be at your door like all the time, be like, hey, so, you know, you need to decide if you can deal with me that much. But I have been thinking of places that I could live. I'm like, because it's just, LA's a lot. LA's a lot. Like, it's very cool. Yeah. Yeah. So it's like, but the cost of living adjustment isn't based on the city, I don't think. I think it's based on or like the zip code. I think it's just based on the state. So that would be that would be where it would be a little bit difficult because all of California is expensive, whereas I don't think all of Illinois is as expensive as Chicago is. But I might be wrong about that. I just changed my address. Okay, so once I get to the corner, okay, did the doop 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 doop. Chain one, back post double crochet. Let's squeak, squeaky. Chain one, and now we are back into the cluster. But it would be cool though. I mean, I really like Chicago. I really like Chicago. You said you kind of like live like north of Chicago a little bit. Yeah, but just kind of like thinking about different places. Like, I don't know. It's hard because North Carolina is just like the I there are a lot of aspects of the South that I do really like, and um, you know, but there is still like when you are in any kind of minority, you're like more westward. Mm-hmm. Um, um, but the South is still got some progress to make, unfortunately. And it's not that they're not trying, and it's not that the people there aren't nice and aren't trying. It's just there's a lot to overcome with all of that. So um, it's never, it just doesn't always feel like the safest, most welcoming place to be, even just a little bit different. I always think about like West Chicago or like West of Chicago, West Side, like as like hipstery. I think that's just because you know that I've watched a lot of Shameless, and that's how they paint the West Side as like this like very like hipstery type of place. But the thing is, like, they're also talking about like the city and then like West, but in the city. And I feel like if you live in like a more like suburban part of like anywhere, it's not always like that. Now I have heard that people like Midwestern people are like a lot like Southern people, and just like their like like temperament, like and like just like niceties and like stuff like that, which I like. And like in my experience like going to Chicago, I've always felt like that kind of like people like for the most part like people were just like yeah like cool enough, like not like all up in your business, but like not um I don't know. Yeah, I just was like, oh yeah. Like, when I think about like Midwest people, I don't think about like it's definitely like a different mentality than like LA, which LA mentality is weird for me. So not weird, but different. It's just a very different vibe. And I have two friends that are in. I always say the I states because I truly don't know where they are. I think both of them might be in Iowa. That might be the case. I don't know. Do you tend to live around Logan Square, West Side? Yeah. Okay. See, shameless. One, at least one thing was accurate. Um, and uh, so what was it? Where was I going with that? I don't remember. Who cares? Probably wasn't important. Um, oh, I didn't do the chain. My stomach is like, fuck you. I'm pretty friendly and talkative, or the ones I encounter. Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's everyone has like people have just been like nice. Like now, like I've gone out in like Chicago and like downtown Chicago and like late at night, and I shouldn't have, probably been out walking by myself and like encountered people that I probably didn't want to do. But like that's any major city, I don't hold Chicago. I don't hold that against Chicago, and I was literally told not to do that. So probably, you know, that's any city. But it's just yeah, it's very different here. Like people kind of mind their own business, and you're just kind of on your own. And I think that it's just friends in Iowa. Oh, friends in Iowa. Yeah. Where? Yeah, I have no idea where the fuck they are. I know. So one of my friends is trying to move back to North Carolina, but that's been in the works for a while. And then one deleted his Facebook. Um, we're still friends on Instagram, and we're still like actually friends, like not just like we've known. We've made we became friends when we were in college, and we've it's one of those like we don't have to talk a lot, but when we catch up, it's like, oh, it's been 2 years. Who gives a shit? Like we're still cool. He's a cool guy, and I think he lives. think he lives in Iowa or one of the I states. And yeah, so but in like a little bit more like rural parts of it, because he was like close to his brother, and so that would be nice to be close to them. It would be hilarious if I tried to move and then if I tried to move and then my friend did move to North Carolina again, because the one friend who lives in like the really, well, they both live in pretty rural parts, but the one who lives there to be close to his brother. Where is I going with this? He's not going to move back to North Carolina. At least that's not his plan. He has family there, but he doesn't want to move back for reasons that are his own, and I respect the hell out of that. But so he's probably going to stay where he is. So it'd be cool to be able to see him this a little bit easier. I think it is Iowa. It's not Indiana, because we did Indiana for Indianapolis. We went to Indianapolis for Gen Con for my bachelor party. And my friend who might move to North Carolina again, he might live in Indiana. See, the I states, they confuse the shit out of me. One thing that is important, I guess, is like just how like gender affirming care and stuff like that are in certain states, which I wish I didn't have to worry about. I wish I could like get the same healthcare everywhere. How good mental health care is in different states and stuff like that. Making sure that is, good enough to support me in my medical needs. And I don't really know much about, really any states and their abilities to do that. So I don't know. It's just something that I've been thinking about. Like, I just want to be close to like physical friends, and that's been important to me. And it doesn't seem to be coming together as easily in LA as I thought it would. But maybe, I'm still really new here, and there's still plenty of opportunities. It's just hard as someone who's just kind of naturally introverted to kind of know when, not know when, but just to go out and do things. And also, so this is something that's weird, and I hope this sounds okay to talk about, but so my entire time in living and going into treatment in California, I've been in places that did a lot of dual diagnosis work. So they worked with people who were going in for mental health and substance use. So I was in sober living. I couldn't drink the whole time. There were a ton of meetup things, and there's a lot of stuff, but it's like I just like would be going by myself, and I try to find people to go with me, and people, and like, you know, I'm not trying to like shit talk people, but you know, people back out like they do and stuff like that. um, but you know, it's, you know, I was like yesterday, I think there was gonna be like a sip and stitch where it's like wine and crochet, but it's only once a month. I wouldn't have anyone to go with, so I would be going by myself. And like there have been things that I've gone to by myself, and like usually they don't really pan out with like anything, you know, like you see people there, like you're friendly enough with people there, and then that's pretty much it. But and that's nice, but I have a hard time like building friendships off of those things. And then, you know, I could be like, oh, I could go to a drag brunch or a drag bar or something like that, gay bar. And but so my entire time here, I've been with sober people, and I'm I'm not sober. Like, and not that I'm I don't have substance abuse issues, and so like going and having a drink, but like I couldn't bring anyone that I know with me because they're struggling with their sobriety, and so a lot of them would not be able to go just because that would be really triggering for them. So I can't bring anyone I know, and so I would be going by myself, and it's just like a weird. I'm not suited for those types of situations. Some people can go to those places and make friends and like meet people. Me, I don't know how to do that, and I feel really out of place and really just like, okay. So it's just a weird. So there are things, and I try to. I am actively like I'm always actively trying to find stuff. Except lately, where I've been just sick. It's, you know, being sick has made it definitely harder um, to go because I miss everything. Also, a lot of people when they go out and do stuff, they want to spend money, and I don't have money. So it's like, well, I got to meet people, and I got to be poor doing it. Uh, it's gonna be a tough one. So, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so I do try. I do try. It's just harder. So I'm looking, but you know, I feel like if I, you know, it'd be nice to, um, you know, I'm still working on it. And like the 12 step group that I'm in, like that is better, but I haven't been able to go in 3 weeks because I was, you know, out of the state and then sick for the past 2 weeks because they meet on Sundays. Um, 2, 3, 4, 5. And like they understand like, people like me, which is nice. I'm not really counting. I'm just gonna stitch a bunch and then count a little bit. I think it's counted like 8 times. I keep just forgetting. And like when I was, I looked into it when I was in like this smaller town that I was in North Carolina, because there was like a meetup group for like on the meetup. There was a group for like crochet and yarn and fiber arts, but like no one ever showed up to anything, and I was like, what's happening? Because I would like show up with like like okay, I'm ready, and like no one would be there, so I'd look like a crazy person. Um, and I I was gonna start like a meetup group for like crochet or something like that, and it costs money to have a meetup group, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, really? You can't create this like meetup. You could probably create something on like Discord or something, but like I don't know how to do that. I don't know anything about Discord. Probably put signs up in the neighborhood, but you know. And also, there were a bunch of people like at my sober living that wanted to learn how to crochet or had just started or just like restarted. But then, there was kind of shit and like just like the vibe of the house, and it's kind of weird. I don't know. Yeah, and like I've like when I was in Charlotte, in North Carolina, there was like a knitting group that I was like, hey, can I like, have crochet stuff? And they're like, yeah, cool, that's fine. And so I would go crochet there, and I mean, and people were nice enough, and um, I uh, I had someone who was a crocheter from my previous employer. She was actually part of what helped me get my internship, you know, at that place. And she came and crocheted, and we crocheted there. Uh, and then so I was excited to like do another meetup group in another place, and that place just never. A friend from my old church is starting one meeting every other Saturday. I was thinking about going. That's awesome. Yeah, that would be fun. I know that there's so much online. Um, oh, I could probably do. I probably still do my IOPs, like my old IOPs alumni program. Like, probably not, like, even though it's been a while. I'll write that down because that's a fucking good idea just to have that. Um, but I, I think like doing online meetups is easy enough and fine, um, but yeah, um, I really want to do some in-person stuff. I think that would be nice. Just like, you know, meet with meet with people who are fiber nerds. Where I just had to do this hands and then things pop up. Okay, so let's see. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, online is obviously easier, but I think in person, I mean, I think that there's value in like going out and like being in person with people. I mean, especially for someone, and I know we've talked about it a little bit, but like, especially for someone like me versus someone like you, where like you get to interact with people at least a little bit. Like I could, in theory, stay in my apartment, not interact. I know that Italian, and I'm not. I don't think I have like even 1% Italian in me, but who knows? I just I know I'm pretty white, but yeah, I just like I don't have any interaction with humans, and so I really need to interact with somebody, or it's not gonna be. It's like it's really bad for my my mental health. But yeah, it'd be fun to do a group that we can meet online. Local libraries, some of them have craft meetings. That's true. There are some, I think, probably. I did look at my local library, which is 5 minutes away, but like just walking. So there's not anything there right now. I might ask them if I can just have a craft group and like people show up. So I might do that, like start a craft group, and then I'm sure there's ones nearby. There's ones nearby that are much bigger. I have a really small one, but it also like you know like there are some libraries where like apparently like because there's just more homeless population like nearby. Um, like the libraries facilities are used more often for um, like bathing and stuff like that. But I mean that doesn't reflect anything on the library itself, and you just go to a different like level to use the restroom. Fine. Yeah, I don't know why I was. Yeah, I was just reflecting on what I've heard about certain libraries. Yeah, I don't even know how I would do that, to be honest. I've heard that there's like, isn't there like the next door? I've heard people talk about using that here, but I have not used it. Um, but also, I don't, this is another moment of like, wouldn't it be great if I spoke Spanish? Because um, gonna put the next door app on my phone. Free space to meet. Yeah, I've also heard that like people can just be like complaining about whatever. Carrie's online and commented on my. Carrie's so sweet. That's the thing, yeah. I need to cut my hair so bad. I want to cut it. I want to cut it off so badly. I almost did it last night, and I was like, I feel really sick. I should not do this. Because I was like, I don't have the energy to sweep it or clean it or up. I get neighborhood updates on the one too. Oh, cool. Okay, so it tells me the weather, how many neighbors. I have 751 neighbors. Here's a peek at DTLA. I'm gonna allow notifications, but I feel like this is gonna be really annoying. Hobbies and DIY. Uh, okay. Well, nothing. Be like, hey, who wants to crochet dances? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll wait till I'm sure that I'm not contagious before I do that because I don't want to be. I don't want to be that neighbor. Like I already sound like I've been smoking for like about 50,000 years, so let's give it like a give it a few. But with like being so close to that library, I mean, if people wanted to like come and like learn to crochet, like I feel like I'll teach you how to crochet for free. I mean, I might not be great at it, but I will try to teach. I also have the videos that I made, and there's other videos on the internet on how to crochet. So between all of those, however people like to learn, we can definitely figure figure it out. I feel like it's harder to teach people how to crochet. Have you ever taught someone how to? I know I'm like really going through it really fast, but like, have you ever taught someone how to crochet, Crystal, like in person? I feel like you'd be really good at it. I don't know if I ever have. I feel like I've like helped people who were like in the process of it and they were confused to help them like figure out. She made an infinity scarf. Oh, nice. Um, yeah, I feel like I've helped people, but I don't know if I've taught them from scratch. Speaking of people crocheting, have you seen the person on like Instagram or TikTok or that like crochets but doesn't use a hook? Like I think she just uses her hand. Like that's crazy. You're so cool. People are so cool. And I'm over here like, man. Oh, I think I'm doing these, which is dumb because it's like they're so easy. But like these double crochet two togethers wrong because it feels like it should be different, but I'm gonna go ahead and redo them. I tried to teach one of my kids friends. She gave up. She was 7 at the time. Yeah, I it yeah. If people don't have a lot of like the craft spirit, um, it's hard to teaching them this when they give up. It's just like they're done. Okay, and then you're like, okay, yeah. I'm like, and she makes such cool stuff, and I'm always so amazed at how even her stitches are. Taught Marco how to make a chain. He also gave up. Come on, Marco. I think part of the reason I didn't give up when I was learning was because I was learning with someone else. So it was like we both like, and like because I was knitting and like she wanted to 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 like crochet. She used to crochet, but she forgot how. And so like if I didn't have like her, like, if we both weren't there trying to do it, like I might have given up. Who knows? But especially like already having a craft that I could fall back on. But I know I am so impressed. But yeah, so people, yeah, like I like you know, uh, like my ex was like, I hate like just like hated crafts. It was like was just like so anti craft herself that, and she wasn't like against other people doing them. She just had no patience for it. I find I find it's like a patience thing or something. I don't know. Or some people just don't have patience to like learn and like fail at doing some crafts because most crafts you're gonna fail at or they're gonna be tedious. Like things like diamond painting, you're not gonna fail at, but it's gonna be tedious. And if you aren't ready to put in some work on like tedious stuff, like you, yeah, you're not gonna do it. Which I can't diamond paint, so like I don't I'm not um, you know that's why I don't do it. It's because it's too damn tedious for me. Yeah, and whenever the people comment on like the hand crocheters like stuff and saying like something about like trying to cause a problem because it's not, there's no hook. Like I'm like, okay, like that's just people just want to be just like, little assholes. that's that's what it's come to. It's like people just want to be like little assholes. It's like just let people make stuff. It doesn't matter if she made it with her toes or like with her hands, with a hook, with no hook, like with a loom, with whatever. Who cares? Like you made something cool. Like who cares how it's made? I mean, it's cool to share how it's made so that other people can make it. It lets people make something, it inspires people to make something and they don't have to buy a hook. That's cool. Like, I don't understand why people are just so, and I'm a grumpy person, so I don't understand what people are, if you are such a grumpy person that I am surprised. I feel like that really says a lot because I am grumpy. Crystal, you can attest to my grumpiness. I did apologize earlier in the stream for being a grumpy person, which I was like, I hope you all haven't seen. I was like, there has been some grumpiness behind the scenes for sure, but I try to keep a lid on that because I don't like that person. I don't like being that person. Get weird. Other people are living their lives. It's concerning. Exactly. Just like let people live their lives. If it doesn't impact you, like just like who cares? I mean, I can't imagine being that bothered by that type of shit. I just can't. I just can't. Like my life is complicated enough. Why would why would I go and like seek more distress? But anywho, people are weird. I'll never understand it. But maybe that's a good thing. You know, I feel like I can relate pretty well to people on a lot of things, but maybe it's good that I can't relate to people on that aspect. That's okay. So I did see something. This is a total like hard left from like where like we were just talking about. But so I saw something. It was someone had screenshotted something, and I can't tell. I think how things to be negative about, right? I know, right? Like there's so much to be negative about as is. Life sucks. It's hard, right? And so like why like go and try to find more problems? I don't get it. Um, but someone, it was in one of like the knitting machine groups that I'm in, and someone had screenshotted, and I can't remember if it was from the Joanne website or from the Michael's website, but it was basically saying how like loops and threads is going to take over all of um, the big twist or something like that. Like it was something how like loops and threads is like just as good as big twists, and like all of the knitting machine people were like freaking out because they're like loops and threads sucks going through a machine, which I agree. Like putting a lot of loops and threads yarn through my machine, it's not great. So people are like, what are we supposed to do? Because they said that, I'm not sure. I didn't check to see if that was on the Michaels website when I went. I just saw that someone in the group had posted it, so I might be, reporting something that's not accurate. Who knows? But yeah, they were like, yeah, it's just as good. Like the loops and threads is just as good. It's like, like some people like loops and threads for sure. Like I'm not gonna talk poorly about that. Some people don't like big twists. That's fine, but big twist, to like the big twist value does go through a knitting machine easier than a lot of the loops and threads. So yarn. So we'll have to see how that turns out. I have this idea that I really want to do with my knitting machine, and so now that I have it, I'm excited to try it. But I forgot how much. I forgot how many. I forgot how like the process of making a pattern and doing all this stuff on a knitting machine, how that went, and how you are using so many different like not just colors, but like using different lengths of yarn, and you're cutting it a lot more frequently than you would cut something if you were making like amigurumi, and crocheting it. So I'm just yeah, just like thinking about that. I'm like, but it'll be fun. I'm excited. I hope I can make my vision come to life while it's still relevant. It's kind of a pop culture reference, so I want to make it while it's still cool to make. 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to do that fifth one? Oscar a haircut. Ooh, that sounds fun. Yeah, I still like. I'm like, oh, I wish I had fuzzy yarn. And I mean, there is the Red Heart brushed yarn, um, but I could also brush out any color of any other yarn just as easily. It's all about what would go well with the project and what would go easily into the machine. I'm not sure how well the brushed yarn goes through the machine. That would be interesting to ask. Although I'm not sure that they have the colors. Because when I did, so I did my Grinch pattern on the AliExpress, and that one I did brush out, but I didn't want to brush out all of the colors. I just wanted the green, like the fur, to be brushed out. So I had to be really like, okay, like mindful of like when I brushed out regular acrylic, and he looks so fuzzy. Yeah, yeah, and it's also really good for hiding like any seams and stuff like that, which I like. Yeah, it's super. Yeah, the only thing is like because it's like um, uh, because uh, I would just want to make sure that I wasn't brushing other colors when I just want certain things. Although with this one, really, I don't. There's not too much that I care if it gets brushed or not, because I don't think it wears clothes, so it's just fuzzy all over. Okay. Okay. Let's have a little sippy sip and then see. Cool. Okay. 12. Hey Lydia, sorry, I tried to talk and my throat was just like, nope, you're not gonna say anything. But I'm feeling better, so. Hi Lydia, how are you? I am working on my blanket for the Alzheimer's um, charity. So I'm hoping to get as much done as possible. We've got a little less than a week. Or is it a week? 6 days, a little less than a week um, before I do my Alzheimer's Association charity. If you look up in the chat, you can see where it says, actually right there, Nagbot just dropped it. If you click that link, you can select notify me, and that will give you a 30-minute before notification and when it starts notification for my charity live stream on the 21st. Depending on what time uh, zone you're in, that will change what time it will show. Are you working on anything, Lydia? So Scotty here in that, so it's like I'm gonna take that out. Okay, and I'm on my last pass of this. I'm gonna get a little throat cough drop. As I was saying yesterday, or not yesterday because I didn't do my live, but the day before, when you are in treatment and people are giving your meds exactly as prescribed, one of the things that you don't realize is that you can't have cough drops, or you're not supposed to have cough drops. Or the bag says you can have them every 2 hours, depending on the brand of cough drop. So if you have them as much as I do, you're having more than you're supposed to. But like, who waits exactly 2 hours? If you need a cough drop because you're coughing, you have one before that, right? Nope, you're not supposed to, so they won't give you one. More fun things. Oh, and then yarn over. You're exhausted. Just had like a long week. Sorry, Lydia. I know you work like super hard and I feel like you're always on the run doing something. Hope you get some nice relaxation soon. I know you deserve it. Do you have any time coming up where you can rest and kind of recover a little bit? You're designing your own double round crochet pot holders. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I can't wait to see that. Yeah, that sounds really awesome. Now, have you ever, and I hope this sounds like I intend, which is nice. Have you ever like designed things? I 'Cause I know you work on like pot holders and like washcloths a lot, um, but I've never heard you talk about designing stuff. Have you designed stuff before? But yeah, I can't wait to see that, Lydia. That's gonna be awesome. After work Tuesday night, you'll be on vacation. Oh, very nice. I'm super excited for you. I'm glad you get a little vacation, get a little rest. Are you going to be doing anything, or are you going to be just like staycation, just like chill, relax, not do anything? Because me, like, I know when like I did like vacations and stuff, I would be like, I'm not doing anywhere, I'm not doing anything, relaxing, because that's my idea of a vacation. Is being able to relax, right? Like that's the whole part, whole point, I should say. Okay, so now that I've done all of the long um, uh, double crochets and whatever, double crochet two together and all of that stuff, I'm going to have doubles and do my 12 singles. Right? And then the 27 half doubles. Okay. And 27. Okay, so mental count. Double check my counts to make sure all of those are correct. Okay, so we are on, just finished 27, and now we're going to do 12 single crochets. Okay, and we're coming up to the end of the round. We're going to do 2 half doubles. And then we're going to do that alternating of the double crochet 2 together and putting a single crochet in the chain 1 stitch. I didn't look before I started this. Let me see how many. I don't think there are many rounds in this. So there's one more round in this part. So we have round 39, and then we'll be done with part 5. So I'm happy to see that things feel like they are coming together a lot faster. After I got stuck on that part in part 4 for so long, it's nice to feel like things are kind of coming together a lot faster, because I was like, I'm never going to get this done. Now it's like, I might get this done. At least if I do, if I don't finish it, I feel like it's a good size baby blanket, and I feel like baby blankets are nice gifts too. So it's still a pretty baby blanket, even if I can't finish the size that I want to. Also, having been sick, I can't be. I feel like I can't be too hard on myself. Like, it's shit happens. People get sick. Like, I kind of had to take some moments and worry about my own health, rather than worrying about finishing this. Unfortunately, but just kind of it happens, and that's life. Also, I am like thinking about like I'm always thinking about like 18 things at once, but like I'm thinking about like having to like dyeing yarn, and I'm thinking about like the Halloween cowl that I want to put together with Crystal, and like all of that different stuff. So I'm excited to um, I'm excited to do stuff like that, and have stuff like on the horizon. But um, sometimes I get a little forgot where I was going with that, but whatever. I guess I just to say that even though like I got sick, I'm still like there's so much that I want to do. You did a lot this month, and you were sick, and you left the state. You did custom orders also, yeah. I mean, I had the 2 orders, and I had to remember and think of how to make some components of that top. So yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it for sure. Yeah, and that was yeah in the past like month. Yeah, and I think at this point, because I didn't get sick immediately when I came home, but it was like it was like shortly after. I think I had like 2 days, right, of like not being sick before I got sick. It's hard to tell, because I'm glad that I had almost finished the other top before I came back, because if I hadn't, I would have been really fucked, because getting that top done with as sick as I was, um, would have been annoying. I did see an old TikTok where I was needle felting the fringe onto the top. When I did the top the first time, I was like, damn it, that would have been really good, but I didn't. I didn't have. Uh, I didn't get the. I didn't have any needle felting supplies. So next time, it does look nicer for sure. Yeah, it's been a busy month, and honestly, like, I did a Pride sale in my Etsy store. It's still going on. Like, it's going on all of June, and I'm not going to take it down because it's been up. But yeah, I have a sale going on, and I could be like swamped with orders, but I'm not, which I'm actually thankful for. Someone has been reaching out and talking to me about a cardigan, and I'm like really like, please let me just get through this like without being sick and 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 get the cardigan later, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. I know I'll need to order some yarn, so because it's gonna use some of the ice cream yarn from it's gonna use the cake batter ice cream yarn, which I'm so annoyed that they don't have the big scoop ice cream yarn in cake batter. I don't understand, but so I don't think I can get I don't remember if I can get cake batter uh, from Michael's. So I think I have to order it from Hirschner's or somewhere that has the yarn, and so I have to get that and see what they want. I need to respond to that message because I was like not going to respond yesterday because I was like, please don't do this to me. Yeah, Hirschman's does have it. eBay might be an option. It is line brand. It's not discontinued. So Michael's carries ice cream big scoop, which is just like a bigger one, and they only have like half the colors that 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 ice cream has for some reason. And it's like a bigger ball. Or you can get it from because like Joanne used to have it. It's not my favorite thing to crochet with. It starts to uh, texturally like mat up pretty bad, but um, I wish I could like somehow change the font on like everything I do so that a capital I did not look like an L. But whatever. Okay. Okay. And then it was just like, ugh, gosh, what are you talking about? Can I type? Yeah, so Hirschner's, so let me pull up. Ooh, a mega clearance sale. Say less. Literally say less. Stop. So there's a lot of stuff on sale apparently right now, which is, you know, trying to be tempting. So I think it's 2 words. So this is Lion Brand ice cream yarn. It is really soft. It is really pretty. It comes in a lot of different colors. And this is the colored cake batter. So it's like perfect transparent colors. They also have a really good gay man color. It's called Baseball Nut, which now that I'm saying it out loud sounds hilarious, but I think it's a good gay man. Yeah. So, but they also, I think, have a 3-pack of ice cream yarn. Maybe not. I thought they had a 3-pack, but I need 4. So, yeah. So that's what I need. So I need that, and then I might. So I don't know if, let me see if Red Heart is on sale. Baseball Nut. Let's see. Because while there is, so the jumbo is $9.99, which isn't that bad. I think that's pretty comparable to if you can get the jumbo at Walmart. And there's the brush. Let's see what colors are in the brush. Do you? Oh, it doesn't have it. Okay, that's rude. There's With Love, there's Soft, there's just regular Super Saver. Okay. $3.49 to $4.99. So I could get, because this person also wants all of the, they want a striped rainbow, which I hate making. But last time I did it, I don't know. I think I made like it a little bit when I was doing like lives at my Super Living, but I got one of the kits where I thought there would be like enough yarn, and they were like tiny little like 50 gram skeins, and I like barely had enough yarn, and it was like really pushing it. So I need more of those. Now, I do have some colors that I can use from the colors that I made with the top. So I don't think I need to buy everything. However, because a lot of those colors I got to substitute in for colors that were Red Heart that I couldn't get access to. But the red, I used pretty much all of the red because that was, had all of the details and everything. So would need to get some of that. So I might, this person might buy a skin. Oops. But yeah, the ice cream yarn I would need to get from Hirschner's. So now I always seem to miss sales. Like I always like as soon as I got the order from Dharma, they had a 50% off shipping, and I was like, of course. Although maybe I don't think I did. I don't think I got anything from Dharma, so it happens. But yeah, so just continuing on with this, and I am done pretty much with this round. So this is what this round looks like. Probably not able to kind of taking all the details, but just like that. Wow. I don't know. What do you think? Should we try to finish off this? I'm starting to feel like a little bit like, okay. I miss sales too. Yeah, what is that? They just know, like, just, they just know. And apparently there's this mega clearance sale. I'm not seeing anything that I need on clearance. Of course. Thank you. I was like, thank you. You can hear it. I don't know. I don't think you can hear it. I'm looking at the Hirschner's like yarn. Because it's such a good value. There's so much yarn. but I can't really find one that's like good for having the rainbow colors. Thank you, Rudy. Because the wildflowers yarn is kind of like desaturated a little bit, and then there's some solids in the neons. Oh my gosh, I'm so in love with the Halloween yarns. Just every time I see them, I'm like, yes. But I have I have some yarns there. Witch's Brew is actually in stock, which is never in stock. So that's pretty cool. Not gonna get it because I have so much of this yarn, this goblin yarn, and I need to use that first. But lots of cool colors here. I wish there was a bright one. That would be cool. So here's like a worth 12. That's so it's 12 ounces of yarn. This is gonna be huge, but at least it's just. I mean that's all the colors of the fucking. That's all the colors of the rainbow. I could get that. It's pretty cool. Yeah. So it's 12 ounces, so it's 743 yards. And it's a worsted weight. And then if I just had all the colors of the rainbow, we could just never have a problem with anything. I just get you just get all the colors. I need to have more money, don't I? That's a problem. Well, if this person pays me to make something for them, use that money to buy this stuff, and then I can make my little things. This would be nice to have. Okay, put that in the little memory bank. So I don't understand what these packs are. So these are the ones. So I got one of these, and this is just a huge thing of yarn. Like $3.97 for what I got. Don't we all? I feel like there was another color. Wasn't there like an orange? Maybe they sold out of that. Christmas, Heathers, worsted 3 yarn. So that's 3 ounces. A little bit of yarn. So this is 85 grams. So it's going to be a little bit bigger than what I had, which was not quite enough. These are really cheap. And these are in all of the colors. It looks like they match the colors. Maybe there's more colors here though. Of lingonberry. Of the big one. Now it'd be cool to find like the 8. So here's the worsted 8. Because I don't feel like I need like the 12 all the time. I never understand what the difference between baby yarn and regular yarn is. Okay, so here's the 8. Oh my gosh, there's so many colors. Just think about like having all of these on hand whenever you need it. There's even variegated colors, which I probably wouldn't get just because that's a lot of fucking colors. I didn't realize I had that many colors. I haven't put just the worsted just the worsted yarn through my machine or through a machine before. And the only Hirschner's yarn I've crocheted with is the, even though I have the Antiquity one, the only one I've crocheted with is the Halloween one that has the strand of metallic, but it still doesn't, like the yarn itself doesn't split, so just gotta watch out for that metallic strand, but everything else is fine. So I imagine that this would go through a machine just fine, because it would be cool to have just like options. Okay, we'll see if this person buys. And there's like, you can get like the palette, the gradients. Oh, so fun. It's like something that I probably shouldn't say on this version. Okay, so the last so I not feel too great, but what do we think? Should we continue? I think I'm gonna head out because I'm not feeling super well, and I think I made progress. I've finished 2 rounds. Just need to do 1 more, and I'll be at the end of part 5. I think it says so. I can progress, which is nice. So thank you for hanging out with me and dealing with my voice chopping in and out. And we made it 3 hours, which is kind of crazy. But I will talk to you later, and I hope you have a great night, morning, or whatever.